Cleveland versus Baltimore.
I still think they have a shot to make a Super Bowl. They're not going to win, but they can make one.
I'm not making shit. That window closed. The window slammed
I
on
don't
Dan
know.
Campbell's hand when he was doing Applebee's commercials. Cleveland versus Baltimore.
I was going to say
Cleveland
something
versus
stupid.
Baltimore. Welcome home, Joe Flacco.
A nice, good. What did they? Anything special for Joe or no?
Well, no. See, here's the problem. It was like they were celebrating our 30th. We were celebrating our 30th season.
Yeah.
You know, before the game, with all of our like legends. But obviously, Joe Flacco wasn't able to attend that because he was warming up
In a Cleveland Browns uniform.
Yeah, in a Browns uniform. So it's. But see,
you telling me
what
Trent
I like about Joe
was out
Flacco
there?
is I don't think Trent Dilfer was out there, but Joe Flacco's been he's been like on all the the Venn diagram of the Baltimore Ravens. You got the team that we once were, and then you played for the team that we left to become. Like you've been on all three. You completed the trifecta.
Yeah, there's not a lot of guys left from that
Now,
last Flacco team.
what do you mean? Left where?
On the Ravens.
Left where?
What?
In the league?
On the Ravens.
There's nobody from that team left on the Ravens.
Marlowe?
From what team? The Super Bowl
team?
team?
No, mother. The last team Flacco played for, 18.
Oh, yeah, but I'm not fucking worried about that.
No, agreed.
We're talking,
there's no one left from the 12
We're talking history. We're talking Ray Lewis was in attendance.
Yeah,
and we're not talking fucking, Torrey Smith's here. Fuck that. Torrey Smith left when he didn't want to take whatever amount of money we gave him or wanted to give him. Anyways, regardless of my shit talking on Torrey Smith for absolutely no reason.
Zero reason.
No, zero reason. It just, here's my problem. When we look at like players bitching about money, it's like, think about like right now. Yeah. If like look at how the Eagles like won a Super Bowl and then they were all like, yo, let's all stay together and like play. Okay. And guess what? And then they all look at Jalen Hurts and they're like, you're really good. Thank you.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. And then the Ravens on the flip side of that, who we gave, mind you, it was a lot of money, but we gave a lot of money to Joe Flacco.
Here's the problem. It was not a lot of money. It was a lot of money at the time.
It was a lot of money at the time. Yeah, no, it was a lot of money.
What was it?
It was a lot of money.
120 over 6? I'm talking 20 mil.
It was a lot of money at the time. 20 mil. It was enough money to make Torrey Smith and Anquan Bolden get the fuck out of there.
85% of quarterbacks in the league aren't walking out of bed for $20 million.
Devin, this was a long time ago.
It was 13 years ago. Fair.
A long time
12
ago.
years ago.
It was a wild. That was one of the biggest contracts. When that happened, it was like, holy shit! This contract Joe signed.
It's
like, why
very
are we
funny to think about. Like a signing bonus for a quarterback in the NFL now is $38 million.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of upset.
These motherfuckers are out here complaining harder than shit. Inflation hasn't increased that much.
I'm not going to be delusional. I know that if that team stayed together and kept the pieces they could have kept. There was no chance of them repeating. That wasn't happening. They were riding a high.
No offense to what y'all did, but that was lightning in a bottle, and the Patriots just kept getting better. The Broncos went on a nasty
lightning in a bottle. Lightning in a bottle is crazy. Lightning in a bottle is crazy. That was like our 6th straight playoff appearance.
I'm saying that run, at least. Like, you guys had one of the best runs of all time. You beat every great.
Yeah.
No picks. 11 tutties.
Beautiful.
Paying Joe, obviously the thing you were supposed to do, but just didn't pan out.
Yeah, but I'm just saying after that, Anquan and Torrey wanted nothing to do with the team.
No.
Jacoby wasn't gone much long after that. Ray Rice beat up his wife.
Fiance.
Dennis Pitta couldn't keep his hip. Like, my
Well, it's
bad.
important to know
Dennis
that
Pitta couldn't keep his damn
it's
hip.
important to know that they got married after that happened.
Well, I mean, me just saying that that's his wife. That would pretty much like
No. People don't care
that's
if you.
me saying without saying that that's his wife because that's his
Well, you
wife.
could have said it was.
So obviously, whether it was his
Well,
what was a better way for me to explain that
all
Ray
right, but
Rice beat
how
up some
awkward
woman?
must
What do
that
you want me to
wedding
say?
have been? Like her mom standing there? Sorry.
Here's the thing. Here's I don't know why you apologize, but here's the thing, Devin. Here's my thing about that one. Who said they were surprised?
I, maybe it's not surprising, but you know.
I mean, the one thing that we've learned is, we can't just assume we know people based off of what we see on the internet.
Of course not.
So maybe we just when we saw that video, we were all like, "Wow, I can't believe Ray Rice did that." And then maybe people that knew him were like,
That's nothing.
"That's that's literally
What was
Ray
that?
every Tuesday." Like, what are we talking about?
Tuesday at 1 o'clock in the morning? Yeah. Wow. It's usually on a Wednesday.
But all right, let's actually
Yeah,
let's
enough
actually talk the
talk
Ravens
about Ray
versus the
Rice's
Browns.
wedding. Jesus Christ. But no, I would not
Um,
want him to be a part of that wedding. It'd be very weird.
oh, I would have loved to be a fly on the wall for the Ray Rice wedding. That would be great.
It's like a Key and Peele skit.
Oh god. Well, because that's the thing. It's like, I mean, like, what do you even say in your vows? Like, I won't do it again.
You guys you gotta stop mouthing off at me. Don't make me angry.
uh, I just, or just how awkward the priest that was there, like marrying them. He's like, all right,
No, they picked an
touch
Amish
touch
one so they didn't see what
gloves.
happened. That's a courthouse wedding if I've ever heard of one.
Oh, referee married them. Jesus Christ.
No, Goodell did.
All right. Anyways, Cleveland Browns, Baltimore Ravens. Now we were talking last week about the Bengals beating who? The Browns? Bengals beating the Browns.
By one.
And somebody was like, "Oh, well, I'd rather take an ugly win over a pretty loss." And I feel like me and you established that Bengals last week didn't have an ugly loss. I'm gonna tell you who had an ugly loss or have an ugly win. They had an ugly win, but it wasn't a good it wasn't good. It wasn't good. There was nothing good to take from the Cincinnati Bengals' ugly win.
Like, this feels eerily similar to Aaron Rodgers tearing his Achilles and then celebrating in the end zone. Are we talking about the Bengals game?
No. We're going to talk about the Bengals game. What I'm saying is the Bengals last week losing to the Cleveland Browns, people were saying that was an ugly win. When in my eyes, an ugly win is something where maybe the team didn't play that well, but there is a lot of good to take from it. I don't think you can say that about the Bengals when they played the Browns week 1. Now, this week, Baltimore Ravens taking on the Browns. I would consider this, I know I'm biased, you're non-biased, so maybe you make the decision, an ugly win.
I agree. I like the score. I don't think reflects what really was happening in the game. They did a great job to stop the run. They were blocking Henry up like a motherfucker. Obviously, some mistakes from you guys, just not being able to score early in that game. I feel like is a common occurrence, especially in early in the season games like that. 1 o'clock games, you guys just never come out blazing hot. You turn it on and fucking what's his name? Devontae Walker. What? This is like your best receiver.
I mean, Tez Walker, he's
two
three
catches, 2
3
touchdowns.
His career is 3 catches, 3 touchdowns.
Are you serious?
That's his career.
Every ball he's caught has been a touchdown.
Yeah,
Good for him.
all three of them.
That's fucking sick.
But the thing with this game is, yeah, you had Derrick Henry only getting 23 yards. Our O line kind of, not gonna lie, kind of looked
Yeah.
atrocious to the point where Lamar couldn't even get loose. But here's what I did love: Lamar also went what, fucking 19 for 29, 225 yards, and threw 4 touchdowns. Now he could have easily thrown 2 touchdowns, and we could have taken the foot off. We could have taken our foot off the gas. We could have stopped when it was 20-10. We could have stopped when it was 27-10. But we didn't stop. That's the one positive that I can definitely take away from
Yeah.
this game is what we should have done versus the Buffalo Bills is what we decided to do against the Cleveland Browns,
Score in the
which
fourth
is
quarter.
not take our foot off the
Yeah.
gas. I mean, I'm pretty sure Lamar threw his last touchdown with like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, like there was no reason for him to be throwing touchdowns that late in the game. Mind you, besides that,
think
I
that's
mean, a couple.
the true example of a tune-up game. It's like try some shit early in the game, lock the fuck in, use that time to prove that you can still score like this whenever the fuck you want.
Well, I mean, you saw it though in the beginning of that game. There were a couple balls that Lamar threw that were like, "Ooh,
I know, yeah.
what are we doing here?" And he slowly just settled in, locked in, and started throwing some prettier balls. And also, notice how like really good a defense looks when Jair Alexander's not on the field.
Unless Marlon's on the field.
You know, like that's something. Okay, see now here's the problem. What was wrong with Marlon Humphrey?
Just the drop pick.
Here's
touchdown.
the thing. There's not one time in my life where I'm surprised where Marlon Humphrey is dropping an interception.
No, now granted, like it was in his hands, but there's like a slight little tip. I can't remember if that was a Browns player or one of y'all people's, but there's a little pull on the ball and got tipped straight to Cedric Tillmans.
Yeah, straight to Cedric Tillman. Now, but here's the other thing. I don't have to worry about that because our best corner on the team is very, very good. So I don't gotta worry about
Nate's
that.
a dog.
I don't gotta
Nate's
worry
a
about
fucking
that.
dog.
Marlon Humphrey can stay over there and do what he's got to do. But here's the thing, though: Jair Alexander, standing on the sideline, made our defense look a lot better. Mind you, it was just Joe Flacco and the Browns, so I'm not gonna sit here and gas it up crazy. But at the same time, like, here's the thing: I truly, in my heart, believe that if it was Jair Alexander out there, Joe Flacco would have been picking on him all game,
targeting that boy. I know.
Like, I don't. You're not going to convince me that just because it's Joe Flacco and the Browns, all of a sudden Jair Alexander's going to be able to guard Jerry Jeudy 1-on-1. It's not happening. No. You're not going to convince me. It's not going to happen.
I mean, props to the Browns. They kind of made it a game for about 30 seconds. Like,
here's the thing.
It's one of those games that was close in score, but it felt more like this is a game like last year you guys lost to the Browns. Like it felt like it could have been one of those games where it was like the Browns played like shit the whole game, but the Ravens are just throwing this game away for no fucking reason. But then y'all turned the Jets on and it was nice.
Now, see, but because I was being like hyper aware of a comeback loss, I didn't, or a comeback win from the Browns, I didn't like get too excited no matter how much we were up by.
Yeah.
But the same way that the final score didn't really show that it was like a blowout that entire game, when we were up 10 for however long we were up, when it was a good there was a good moment we were up 10 for a while.
Yeah.
And it didn't really ever feel like I still at that time didn't feel like, all right, well, Cleveland's they're about to strike now.
No,
here it comes.
It still felt like you guys were up 4 scores and there was no chance.
Yeah, no, for sure. And besides that, I do want to talk about one thing regarding the Browns and the Ravens and one quarterback on that team. Let's talk about a load of bullshit real quick. I want to talk about something that offends the shit out of me as a Ravens fan and is just the biggest load of shit ever. Now, my favorite thing is you would have thought CBS Sports posted this first, but it's when you hear a story and it's just sources say.
Yeah.
Sources said, reports from blank. There's really no source. It's just you're saying, hey, sources said.
Yeah.
So apparently, Shedeur Sanders declined to get drafted by the Baltimore Ravens because he didn't want to be Lamar Jackson's backup. Now there's a couple problems with that narrative that people are trying to push.
It's wrong.
It's a lie. It's a
Yeah.
full blatant lie, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna get to why I know it's a lie in a second. But B, it's not a story really. Like that's not like okay.
No, it's like, hey, a girl winked at me. Cool. What happened?
A girl winked at
Nothing.
me. Yeah, nothing happened.
Nothing.
Now, all
I've
right.
never seen her
Here's how
ever
I know
since.
this is just a load. Here's how I know this is just a load of bullshit. Right? The Ravens know how to draft. They're one of the last things they're going to do is draft a quarterback. Okay, they're not going to draft a quarterback, period, right? And they're not drafting a quarterback early, and they're not drafting a quarterback late when they could use that draft pick for players they can develop.
Yeah.
That's just not something the Baltimore Ravens do. And then you look at the
Unless it's
fact
Lamar.
that he, I'm pretty sure publicly, did not want to go to teams like the Cleveland Browns or, the New York Giants or a team like that, which
the teams he listed, and then there were the teams that they listed where they wanted to go, and they were kind of all teams Dion had played for. Dion had played for the Baltimore Ravens.
Mm-hmm. You want to talk about that?
It's funny to me that the sources said that Shedeur didn't want to go to Baltimore because he wouldn't have a chance at starting. You play for the Browns, and you're third string to Joe Flacco, who's double your age. So you really don't have much of a chance of starting anywhere. And you had no chance at starting on the Ravens, regardless of whether or not Lamar played an entire season. They're looking other ways before putting you into a football game, the Baltimore Ravens. And the same thing comes with the Browns because you're still a third string quarterback. So whatever the fuck this report means, I don't know. I really don't give a shit because it doesn't matter.
And so we got Cooper Rush and then ended up still getting Tyler Huntley later on. We wanted Shedeur Sanders. Okay, sure. And then another thing about that, you brought it up, Devan Sanders. Devan Sanders played for the Baltimore Ravens. He has respect for the Baltimore Ravens. He doesn't have respect for teams like
that. That's crazy.
He has disrespect towards teams like the New York Giants because he came out and said, "Well, we ain't going to a team like the New York Giants, Browns, something like that." I guarantee you, if Shedeur Sanders got the phone call and got a chance to play for the Baltimore Ravens, Devan Sanders would have he would have had a stroke saying, "Yeah, you're going to that organization."
Who would you rather sit behind and learn from? Joe Flacco or Lamar Jackson? Because you're sitting behind somebody.
If we're just talking about terms of an organization, though, it's like no.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Devan Sanders is gonna. What are you talking about?
It's crazy to me that both of the report said that the Ravens were going to take him in the 5th. The Browns took him in the 5th. At that point, was he not desperate enough? It was his decision. Yeah, exactly. It was his decision in the 5th.
No, it was.
All he wants is control back from this situation. He had no control over where he was going. All he wants to say is, "Hey, I turned a team down. You didn't, because this was the 5th fucking round. You weren't turning shit down at that point."
This was a convenient story that came out right before these two teams played each other.
Exactly.
Come on, bro. Come on. This is
media. It's not even a story. It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
That would be if Shiloh was like, "Hey, every team gave me a call." It's like, no.
Absolutely not.
Also, what the
Um,
fuck's going on in Shedeur Sanders' world?
well, here's the thing. I wonder because, like, remember, he's not like a trust fund baby, so he's
Oh,
probably
you're right. You're right. You're right.
filing. He's
Oh,
probably on
probably
it.
had to get a job.
He's probably on Indeed looking for a job. Like, there's
You
absolutely
think
no
he's on
way he's.
unemployment?
Nah, he might be. He might have to. I mean, because
It's a cool little check.
like they said, like they're not living off their name or nothing. Like they got to get it. They got to get it out the mud. Like they said, they're not trust fund babies. So I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna. I don't know what. Fuck, dude. Maybe he has to go move into Deion Sanders Jr.'s cardboard box on the street, and they can live together
They
because
can all be homeless together because
that's where
Dion doesn't help his kids out.
that's where Junior is, right?
Yeah,
He's homeless, right?
the
He
one
has
who's not
no.
good at football.
He doesn't work for the University of Colorado right now, does he?
He doesn't have his own production company that is solely based around the Sanders family.
That's weird. Okay. Anyways,
Either way,